Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Christine. And this is Christine from the Liar Mother videos. Here's her story. Ollie, I hope this doesn't make Charlene mad, LOL, but I love you. Like a brother, of course. Ollie, I did it. I exposed my mother, Sandy. I did it. I'm from the liar mess, and for 10 months I've suffered, wallowed, gotten sick about cutting my borderline narcissist, sociopath, lying son of a bitch mother, golden child asshole of a sister, Erica, and finally my covert dad out of my life. I have heard so many lies that my mother has been saying about me through all these dirtbags that love stoking the flames. That I was on drugs, mentally ill, my husband was cheating on me, that I was delusional, evil, and a phony. I handled the smears with silence. Over the last 2 months, I let my dad come over a couple times. Huge mistake. But I needed him to kick me one more time before I accepted that he was a fraud as well. He would come over and pressure my kids to call their nanny, and I scolded them and scolded them when they wouldn't. He even got in my young son's face and said, "You're not so tough. You'll never be tougher than me." I was not at home at the time. My 11-year-old said, "Oh yeah, well, you don't look too tough when Nanny yells and hits you." Then he ran to his room until I got home. I threw my dad out. Covert narcs are the worst. You were right. My father was way more dangerous than my mother because I never saw him coming, and he used my love for him against me and tried to get me back to that bitch's abuse so his life could return to normal. That's what they always do, Christine. I was trying to tell you that. Once you're out, okay, once you go no contact, they are going to try to get you back in. They're going to make the attempt because they're not going to like the change in roles. Because your mother's going to have to ramp up her supply on someone. All the pictures my mother was posting on Facebook were meant to get under my skin. So many aunts, uncles, cousins dropped me with no reason. I just started seeing all these pictures of parties that I was no longer invited to. Flying monkeys sending them to me, of course, under the guise of, "What's going on?" I bit my tongue, held my breath, painted my house, took up hot yoga, started running when I saw you work out. But the devil was still there. Last week, I finally snapped. I unleashed that Puerto Rican fury right back in her frozen face. She imploded. She melted just like I used to dream when I was a kid, that I would throw water on her and she would disappear like the Wizard of Oz. I was sick from it at first, shaking uncontrollably. Remember, I only fought back with my mother once when she told my son last year that I was very sick and that he should pray for me. I was told my whole story on Facebook. I'll send you the post for another video. Why did I do it? Because of you. You told me that the narcissist fears exposure more than anything, and when I was on the ropes, thinking I couldn't get up anymore because of how everything had been ripped away, I got up. I wrote a post called "Time's Up" and unleashed all of it. All that pain I threw right square between her shit head. Why did I do it that day? I saw a story about a 12-year-old girl named Caitlin Nicole Davis. Please watch her story online. This little girl killed herself on live TV because of narcissistic abuse. Her little voice crying in the closet, apologizing to the world because she wasn't good enough. In the background, I hear her whore mother screaming at her. That voice was me when I was little. Caitlin finally hung herself on a live stream while people encouraged her to make sure she held something very heavy so her neck would break faster. No one was there for Caitlin. The story shot a hole right in the middle of my chest. No more. I screamed while hysterically crying for her. No fucking more. I told the truth. It was like a bomb went off. After 74 years of crafting this image, I took her down with one shot of truth said to everyone. People at her office, people in her town, family, friends. I did the worst thing to her. I wasn't sure of it at first. I thought it would backfire. Then the next day, it was like all evil was gone. She was gone. For real this time. Of course, I got the BS voicemail from my father saying that I destroyed the family and made them a laughingstock. Then I laughed. Because now, for the first time, he got back what he gave out. I'm more alive than I've ever been. Ollie, you saved my kids too. The older one was becoming narcissistic. I saw it. I didn't know what to do, but seeing him stand up for the truth straightened him right out. I've never gotten along so wonderfully with my son. You saved them and me and all the kids that will come after us. That's what you did. And it's no wonder that I love you. By the way, your friend from the neighborhood says thank you, because that post helped him too, as it addressed the golden child ex-wife, my sister, and sent her into a spiral as well. Well, I'm glad for that. And I remembered some stuff about him too, the two of them. Now her parental alienation of the kids against their dad is coming to an end because she's making all sorts of mistakes because of how mad my post made her. Maybe you saved my niece and nephew too. Long live the resistance. Christine. Well, that makes me happy as well. Because there are real people from my past. Not that ever anybody else hasn't been. But like a story I'm reading affects people I know, so that's good. I'm glad you stood up for yourself, Christine. I mean, I knew this was going to happen. Listen, don't think your mother's going to go away forever. They're not. They're not. They will continue other tactics to try to get at you. They might go away for a while. Okay, but it's never going to be permanent. It's never permanent. They'll try other ways. They'll try to be a little bit more sneaky about it. What you did do is you cut off any direct attacks at any point anymore, because by exposing them, it just drives them underground now. They're still going to try, but it's going to be nothing like like it was before, because if you've humiliated them by calling them out to everybody, then you've cut off their main avenue of supply. That doesn't mean they're not going to be out looking for their pound of flesh, looking to get back at you any way they can. That's when anonymous calls start getting made to like CPS and child services and other things. So you have to be aware of that. And I know you're moving anyway, so that's a positive as well. Your story wasn't all that unusual as far as it was pretty Narcissism 101, with borderline mother enabling covert father who's pulling the strings the entire time. And you saw you see him. You saw him. He just wants you back as a target. Not for any other reason. And as soon as your back is turned, he'll then turn around and bully your children. This was a guy you thought was so wonderful. You see who they really are once you expose them, don't you? So, I'm glad all that helped, Christine, and I'm glad it helped our friend as well, and that whole situation. So, more on that. We'll talk later. So, thank you again, Christine, for all your support and everything you do. I really appreciate it. Thank you for another story. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance.